right, so welcome. Hello. This is the look that we're going for today. It is this really pretty purpley, pinky kind of shade. As you can see, I got my Barbie shirt on. Feeling real Barbish right now. And also my hair is now red, and I use the L'Oreal High Color in the shade magenta. If you're interested, if you're wondering and you were looking to go red and this color has caught your eye, that is what I used. So we are going to jump straight into the tutorial so we could get this look knocked out. And before we get started, guys, subscribe. So I wanted to do a little story time, which this is so funny. This story is about a time when I had just stopped working at Ulta and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with my career. So I drove Uber and Lyft for about 3 months. No, I'd say about 2.5. And so the good thing is, because once you learn how to navigate between two apps, you will really be able to make money. So anyway, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with my career. So I was like, okay, I need a job like now. There's not a lot of places hiring for management, because I'm sorry, like I gotta be either assistant manager, store manager. So I was like really undecided what I wanted to do. And so I started driving, and I had some really, really funny stories. So I had just got done dropping off one of my last customers for the night, because I was just like, as a woman, it's just really hard. I don't want to be out there this late at night. I would typically stop around 7 or 8 and I'd be done for the day. I'd get up probably 11-ish and start and be done possibly by 8. So again, it's right around St. Patrick's Day. And so I get a page after I dropped off my last customer. I get a page to come pick up this girl. We're just gonna give her a fake name because, you know, I just don't want to be giving out people information. So her name is Amy. So I get a page to go pick up this girl named Amy. And so as I'm pulling up, it's this dark ass street. There's like literally no street lights, but it's a nice neighborhood, but it's a dark street. I pull up to the house and I'm looking for the number on the street, because I'm just like, okay, this is telling me, the system is telling me you have arrived, but I'm just like, which one? Because there's so many doors. So I pull up, I don't see anybody. I'm sitting outside waiting. Of course, when you pull up, it sends a message to the customer that you're here, so they're supposed to come outside. And like typically with the system, it'll give you like 5 minutes to wait on them, and then after that, you basically you could cancel the ride and then they get charged because you pulled up. But I'm sitting here and I'm waiting on this girl, and I'm like, come on, I'm ready to go home. Miss Amy had taken her sweet ass time, and I'm just like, I'm about to cancel this ride, because there's really no reason why I'm sitting out side waiting so long. So of course I'm gonna use Juvia's Place foundation stick. So then I see 2 girls just sitting like on the curb at the end of the street, and I'm just like, I wonder if it's them. Do I need to like pull down a little bit? So of course, me being the person that I am, I decide to like ease my car. And I had a brand new car. I had a 2017, or I still have. I had a 2017 Kia Forte. I ease on down, and I asked the girl, I was like, hey, are you Amy? And she's just like, no, this is Amy. And I'm just like, Oh, so Amy drunk. Old girl is like sitting there drunk. I get out the car. I'm like, do you guys need help? I get out the car. Homegirl covered in throw up. My first instinct is, hell no, you not getting in my car. No, ma'am. Pack it up. About to cancel it. You know what? Keep a little money, because if you cancel the ride, sometimes you don't get paid for that. But if they cancel it, or if they're late, you still get paid. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to take you guys because she's covered in throw up. So the girl is like hard down. Oh no, like, please, we really want to get home. We want to get home. So then, of course, with the app, once you hit like arrived or whatever, it triggers something in their system that tells you like their destination, like where they're going. It'll give you an address, but this one didn't give it an address. And I'm not even like thinking, but I'm just like, you know, ladies, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to take you because she's covered in throw up. I don't have any plastic or anything in my car. And typically, like, if you're an Uber or a Lyft driver and a customer like throws up in your car, spills something, wastes anything, they can get charged up to, I think, $250, like a cleaning fee. I didn't care. She wouldn't get in my car. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna cancel your ride, but what I'll do is I'll sit out here and wait for you guys because you've had too much to drink. And I'll wait for another person to come pick you up. So the girl is like, oh my gosh. She starts crying at this point, and her friend is just sitting there like, ugh. She's just throwing up on herself. And I'm like, yeah, hell no. No, ma'am. I'm typically a nice person and I care about people, but no. The girl starts crying and she's telling her friend, she's like, get up, Amy. She's gonna cancel our ride. She's not gonna take us. So her friend is like, I'll get it together. This is Amy. She's like, I'll get it together. And she's drunk as a skunk. I'm like, girl, no. So there ain't but so many ways that you could say no to get a person to understand that it's just not happening. So the friend, because I never got her name, the friend is just kind of like, she's gonna stop throwing up. We promise, we promise. And I'm just like, this is some bullshit. Because like, I'm just ready to go. Like, I'm ready to go. And so then at that time, like, my car is literally in the middle of the street. So another Uber driver pulls up and he's got a bunch of people in his car. And of course, you know, I'm new to this. So he pulls over and he's like, nah, you don't even got to take that. You don't got to take that. Just go ahead, call an ambulance or call the police. I'm just like, police? Whoa. How do we get there? Like, no. So he was like, you could just pull off. I was like, well, sir, they're women. So, I mean, even if I'm not taking them in my car, I'm going to make sure that somebody comes and picks them up because, you know, it's the right thing to do. So, of course, he drives off and the girl is just like, I think she's sobering up. Amy is stumbling. Her shoes are in the grass. And I'm just like, okay. So I'm looking in my trunk and I've got some of the Walmart plastic bags back there. And I told her, I said, you know, I'm going to give you this bag. What I need for you to do is if you feel like you've got to throw up, put your head in this bag. That's it. Like, put your head in this bag, aim for the bag. You gonna sit in the front seat with me because you're not about to be in the car, tossing, turn, none of that. Like, you're gonna sit down and you're gonna throw up in this bag. She's like, okay. So I'm like, all right. So as she's getting ready to get in the car, she like she's dry heaving. She's fucking throwing up everywhere. And I'm just like, yeah. So guys, I apologize. I can't do this. Like I can't do this. So her friend just basically, she's like, Amy, look what you did. Like, gosh, I felt so bad for them. But at the same time, like, I didn't want to deal with that. So I asked the girl, I'm just like, you know, what is your address? Like, literally, what is your address? Where are we going? The girl's just like, I don't know where my driver's license is. I lost my license. Meanwhile, she had already thrown up in her purse. So, like, ciao. I wasn't looking in the purse. I just was like, no, ma'am. Needless to say, I'm looking in the app because I'm telling both of them, like, you guys don't have a destination that you're going to listed in the app. So I'm trying to figure out how to get you home. Like, is there somebody that can come pick you up? So the girl is just like, no, I don't know where my phone is at. So I'm frustrated because, like, at this point, like, this is beyond customer service. Like, I am going above and beyond trying to get these girls home safe, but not having them throw up in my car or ride in my car. So I'm just kind of like, what do I do? You've thrown up in your purse. Purse has a driver's license. I'm not digging in it. The friend is passed out in the street. So next thing you know, I'm just like, okay, ladies, get it together. Like, I canceled the ride. Next thing you know, I get a page. And I'm still standing there with them. I get a page to come pick them up from the same destination that we standing in. I'm like, ladies, what is your end destination? Because this still doesn't have it in it. Because I hit arrive again. I'm just like, fuck it. Like, I hit arrive. So next thing you know, the girl goes, can you walk us home? And I'm like, walk y'all home? Like, okay, so y'all live in this neighborhood. That helps me out a lot. I got my mace, is nothing. I'll walk y'all home. I'll park my car real quick on the side of the street, lock it up. Amy jumps up, and I'm not a drinker, and I've never been that drunk to where I'm like in and out of consciousness. So next thing you know, Amy jumps up, puts her arm in her friend's arm, and starts skipping. Child, these heifers was in their front yard the whole damn time. Like, I know this story was long and drawn out, but yeah, I don't drive Lyft and Uber anymore. They were one of my better stories. Like, outside of them just being too damn drunk to function, they were okay. They ended up leaving me a nice tip, I guess, out of embarrassment. So I am going to use this palette. I just got this from Juvia's Place, and the colors in this palette are like, oh my gosh, they're so pretty. I'm going to use that palette, but being that it doesn't have a transition color in it, I'm going to use the M3 from the Maddie Ziegler palette. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, this color right here from the Maddie Ziegler palette, I'm going to use that as a transition color. I'm just putting that color in the crease area, like slightly below the brow bone, so that we do have some separation from here and here. Because of course, you know me, I used the e.l.f. concealer as my highlight for under the brow bone. So I had 2 vlogs that I was supposed to do, and child, they just turned out to, like, I won't say an epic fail, but we'll see. I might post one of them. All right, so I'm gonna use this shade right here. Now, these shades don't have any names to it, but it's like this really muted plum on the outer corner of the eye, and bring it halfway towards the center of the lid. Now, I did try some of the new Juvia Place lipsticks, and I'm just not a vanilla scented person, so they didn't work for me. I ended up having to return it because I did not like the scent. I mean, that cupcake sweet scent, it's okay, but it was like so overpowering, and then it made my lips itch a little bit. And I've had that same problem from NYX Cosmetics or NYX, and I just couldn't do it. So they're very, very pretty. Like, I almost want to try the eyeliners, not eyeliners, lip liners, but I'm just kind of scared I might have that same effect. So now I'm gonna take this dark plum color, and I'm gonna put that, well, I'm gonna concentrate it directly on the outer corners, or the outer V. And it is picking up like this really pretty purpley color. All right, so I'm gonna take that same dark plum color, and I'm going to go underneath the eye with it. Now, I will say this one thing about purple shadows, pink shadows, anything like that, they do stain my eyelids, and they can become irritating after a while. Now I'm really gonna dig in to that purple shadow because I want to deepen this up, and only directly on that outer V am I concentrated this color. So if you notice what I'm doing, like I'm literally putting it on the V part, I'm making an actual V. So next what I'm going to do, guys, I haven't done one of these in so long, but I'm gonna do a cut crease today. And I am taking that e.l.f. concealer, and I am just placing it on the back of my hand like so. Basically the type of brush that you want to use, this is what I use for my brows, but you want a flat concealer brush, and if there's any product, I'll take it and I'll flatten it just a little bit more. So you're gonna dip that brush into the concealer, front and back side. What I like to do is get a mirror and get like really, really close. And you're gonna start carving out your crease. I'm gonna be quiet for this because I haven't done it in a while, and sometimes like with cut crease, because it's so elaborate and such pretty detail, you just don't want to screw it up. So I'm gonna take and pat down some of that concealer while also mixing it in with that purple shade. So you can kind of see how those two are blending together. So we are going to go back in to that muted plum color. We're just gonna start packing it back on the lid because we've lost some of our color. All right, now what I'm gonna do is go in with a flat brush with this gorgeous pink shade. And we're gonna pick some up on our brush and start packing it on. And you want to get as close to that cut crease line as possible, but also without disturbing it. It's like this really iridescent pink. So I am popping that with that flat brush on the inner corners. And it just gives this really pretty effect. It's like this glittery effect. So I'm just setting under the eye. And my skin will oxidize where the nose area is, like really bad. So I do set that. Now again, I'm using that same translucent powder that I told you guys about in my last tutorial. It is a concoction of like 6 different setting powders. We're gonna use the Give Me Sun by MAC. I love, love, love this shade. I love any of MAC's powders. They are definitely holy grails for bronzing the skin with a fluffy brush. We're just gonna start bronzing up the skin. My next favorite is the Studio Fix Foundation Powder. This one's in NC47. And just kind of do layers. Another one of my older favorites is the Blunt by MAC. Okay, I'm feeling it. Every bit of it. So lastly, what I'm gonna use is the Bare Pro Foundation from Bare Minerals. The shade is Cocoa 30. And I like to pop that right here under where you put everything else because you want it to have some sort of dimension. You want it to all blend in, but also I want that look. This is the Laura Geller Diamond Dust. It's their Baked Gelato Swirl. Do you see that? That is just so pretty. Yes. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna dust off this translucent powder. All right, so I haven't had a chance to use this yet. It is Be Perfect. It's the Get Wet illuminator from Stacey Marie, and this shade is Soft Silk. Now I have seen her use a beauty blender picks up pretty good. I kind of feel like that's just getting concentrated in one area. So now what I'm gonna do is use La Peach, and that is by Jackie Aina and Artist Couture. So now what we gonna do, I'm gonna put on my mascara and my eyelashes off camera. I'll be right back. All right, so I have already put my lashes on as well as my under eye. I've done some mascara. So I'm gonna take, this is Nighthawk. This is on its last leg. It's the 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil from Urban Decay. And I don't have to line too much because I already got big lips. Just Bear It All from Morphe. I'm gonna go back in and deepen up the sides because we want a little bit more definition to the lips. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final look. Yeah, I love it. Like, it is just this really pretty, I love that glittery tone, that shade that was in this palette. This one right here, popping. It is popping. Like, oh, yes. So yeah, this is the final look. I am getting ready to go shopping with some friends, and so I'm gonna head out. But before I go, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in, for sticking around, thugging it out with me. You know that's my saying. And as always, before you leave, follow me on all social media. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, interact with me, let me know what you want to see. If you guys have had any crazy odd jobs that you've done, or any crazy stories that have happened at work, let me know. I want to hear it. I want to laugh. We can laugh together. And as always, you guys, I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye.